We start with 1 hour chart. I'm gonna see how we can look for trade. Before I start the analysis, I need to highlight that about the Telegram and Twitter. For those they subscribe on the YouTube and then they cannot get the notification, maybe they can join the Telegram because or even they follow on the Twitter because I share all the YouTube links there. At least me, they can get the notification from there. And even if there is any update, I will share in the Telegram. And beside that, we have a playlist. This is where they can easily find the latest update. Anyway, we start with a 1 hour chart and we'll see how we can look for trade. As what we expected, the price drop. And we mentioned we want to see whether this one can give us a next opportunity for trade or not. Okay, as you can see, the price reversing as a corrective, and we mentioned if the price has a corrective move, we are not going to look for trade. And right now we get this sharp move. Okay, we want to see whether we should look for buy or sell. And one thing I need to highlight here, if we put our fib here, the 61% is 186.7. That means if this is the price is going to reverse, we need to see the breakout of 186.7. Okay, that means still as long as the price haven't broke this line, still I can consider this one as a correction in relative to this, and we can know about the possibility for the price to drop. Okay, anyway, we move to daily chart. We want to see what we have based on daily chart. As we can see, based on daily chart, still we are within this correction. We need to see the breakout of this correction for the next move. Okay, that means any trade within this correction we consider as a short-term trade, and mostly we can expect the price to consolidate here for a longer time. Okay, now the only thing is whether this is the start of the up move and this is a correction for continuation, or in a bigger picture we have a flat and we can expect the price to retest the previous low before we take the next move. Okay, for sure the best thing is if the price can drop confirm with this correction, then any reversal can be a short-term reversal. But if the price reverse from here, mostly this one can tend to be a correction in relative to this, because what we get here is really sharp. Okay, it have to correct before we get the reversal for buy. That's why we want to see whether we can get one more drop or not. Anyway, we cannot confirm with that. And if we move to forward chart, let me remove this one, put it on. Okay, and what we have here, if we put VC, we have a wedge. Okay, and the only thing is we need, we can, as we can see, the way is moving is turned to a smaller move. Okay, more corrective. Mostly we can expect the price to break as a sharp move, either up or down. Which one we cannot confirm. All right, but if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned if we get any drop with the breakout of the previous low, then any reversal, it can give us better trade setup to look for buy. If I remove these things, okay, this is what I'm looking for. I still am putting this one as a correction relative to this. That means if this one turns to deeper move, it can give me better reversal, better trade setup rather than the price reverse from here, similar to what we have here, what we get here. Okay, since the price was within this move, we mentioned we can look for reversal. This is what we get. But after that, this one turned to a corrective move. Okay, why we want to see one more drop? Because if I zoom in, if this is the start of the down move, we have the first, second, we need to get the third wave as a flat. Then we get the next one. Okay, this one cannot be simply the third wave. In terms of the length and depth is not matched with this. Okay, and beside that, if the price will continue from here, still we will consider this one as a one move. Then at that times, maybe we put this one as an internal flat in relative to this for one move up. The possibility of the price break and drop is very high. Okay, anyway, now we want to see how we can look for trade from here. And if I put my lines, and beside that, we have these lines that are indicative. They're not showing us a trade. They are not going to give us a trade setup. That means we are not going to sell or buy with the breakout of any of this. The only thing is we want to see how this correction is going to form. Okay, and in this case, I move to 1 hour chart. You want to see what we have based on 1 hour chart. As I mentioned, as long as the price haven't broke 186.7, still I can consider this one as a correction relative to this. Then how we can look for trade? Can we expect this is the start of the up move? If I want to look for buy, I will prefer this one turn to a correction. Then at that times we can put our entry above the top in case the price sharply continue. We want the price break as a sharp move and continue. Buying right now is not a really good idea. Even if the price continue, we are not going to look for buy because we don't have any trade set up. And even if you want to look for buy from here, in terms of the risk and reward, our stop loss should be below this. And the breakout of this one is our profit. Okay. In terms of the risk and reward, we need to consider whether it gives us a good trade setup or not. Okay. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup now. Since we get this sharp move, we can follow this. If it this one turn to a corrective move or at least a flag or correction, then any trade with a sharp move we can take it. As I mentioned, the only way at that times, the only way is put our entry above the top. But right now we cannot because we don't have the correction here. And still we cannot look for buy in case this one is a correction relative to this. Okay, that means we have to wait before we take the trade. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thank